Hello, everyone, and welcome to our stream. My name is Kat Abagazale. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois, and we do regular live streams to find an alternative way to fundraise that isn't reliant on calling rich people and begging for money. And Asha is adjusting something. Thank you, Asha. So today we have a very fun guest, but a quick few updates. We have karaoke tonight, which is why this stream will only be an hour, so that way Asha and I can go sing our butts off. Tomorrow, is my arraignment. I and 5 others who were indicted 2 weeks ago will be arraigned. There are going to be, I believe, there's a smaller rally that's starting at 12:30 at the federal courthouse. There will be one with remarks at 2:30 after the arraignment. If you would like to stand for the First Amendment with us and against, not liking free speech or political prosecutions or selective prosecutions, come to meet us at the federal courthouse. Additionally, let me just double check our event schedule. And if you're not on our Discord already, join at discord.gg/cat for Illinois. I believe we have some door knocking. Yes, this weekend we've got door knocking in Uptown, in Rogers Park, in Skokie and Niles. We've also got Cats for Cat door knocking, which is Northwestern students that are door knocking. So if you go to Northwestern, come join. And we also have phone banking coming up. So if you're not in our Discord already, volunteer at discord.gg/cat for Illinois. Phone banking is really fun. I will be joining one hopefully more this week. Now let's bring in our guest. Nimay, how's it going? Oh wait, let me make sure I'm unmuted you. There we go. Try again. Asha, what am I screwing up?
Do you not hear her?
I put up user volume. Oh wait, is that output device wrong?
Yes.
Testing.
Yes. We got you. I can hear you.
You hear? Great.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
How's the volume,
Cool.
chat? Let us know. How's it going?
Dude, good. It's cold in New York, but I'm sure it's like much worse in Illinois. So.
Yeah, we had snow this week, a bunch of snow, which was very exciting. Now, I mean, we met in Chicago.
We met in Chicago super briefly for DNC 2024.
Which
and
went
honestly,
super
dude,
great.
in the grand scheme of things, as you know, but like again, I think it's super cool just like seeing like a bunch of us like DNC 2024 cohort go off to do insane things. Like you said, tonight you have karaoke, and then tomorrow court in the morning, and then campaigning. So like campaigning, karaoke, court in the morning. I mean, it's badass, you know.
So what have you been up to since DNC 2024?
Since DNC 2024, just everything. I don't know. I'm applying for grants with my nonprofit. I did the Met Gala earlier this year, which was
Wait,
cool.
tell us about your nonprofit.
Oh my God. So I have an environmental nonprofit. We study the link between human behavior, architecture, and infrastructure. We believe that human beings are receptive infrastructure, and that receptive infrastructure must work harmoniously with the built environment in order for the world to move peacefully. So
Oh yeah. Awesome.
that's that. But yeah. How's campaigning been going, dude? That's insane.
It's been going. Also, apologies to chat because we, for some reason, could not scale this today. And by the way, if you want to donate, catforillinois.com/stream. This is a 1-hour stream today. So we have our typical goal of 4,000, but if we reach that in an hour, that'd be sick. But campaigning's going great. You know, it's one of those things. A big reason I ran actually was because of the DNC. Like not allowing a Palestinian American speaker, a Democratic elected official that was ready to endorse Harris on stage, really just showed me that the party wasn't taking things seriously. And just seeing how people watched Trump be inaugurated, and that was really rough. And so I actually went to go see Charlie XCX at the United Center, and I realized that I might be the first person in the world to develop United Center related PTSD. Like I actually ended up, for some reason, the tickets my friend had were in the exact section, the exact row that I covered the DNC from. Like right across from like the creator lounge, where it was the only place where they had booze in the entire convention, and they would give it to us for free and then just shit on actual reporters. And it was like, what are you guys doing? Especially because they're all my friends. But yeah, so It's been going great though. I mean, I think one of the things that really is like exciting is just seeing all of these things that and I'm sure you've thought where you're like, we should do this thing. And then instead of being like, yeah, we should, but we can't, just doing it and seeing it actually work, like making mutual aid a central pillar to our campaign. Doing this was a huge risk. We weren't sure if it'd pay off the way that it has, but now we've shown that like not just Control Plus. Thank you. Oh, to the text. Why am I struggling so much here on? Yeah, no, I'm good. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Tech is wild, dude. You're good. You're good.
Any tech difficulties, y'all, I'm just going to say I'm being arraigned tomorrow. So that's my excuse.
I have court in the morning.
I have court in the morning, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like going back to what you said about being out of alignment with like what the DNC wants specifically. I've been seeing like so many different people. Like David Hogg is a great example. He made DNC vice chair only to run out in a few months because there seems to be that disconnect between the base and the party itself. And it seems like almost again going back to what you said last year where they didn't allow one of the uncommitted delegates to speak. It's insane because I was at the Paris Peace Forum last week and there was an entire literally there were two discussions like roundtable discussion panels with press in the room. One had press, one didn't. First was talking about how Palestinians see the reconstruction of Gaza, but it allowed them just to speak about it. And then the second was a discussion with Israeli people and Palestinian people, just kind of talking about everything going on. And the fact that like the DNC couldn't afford the uncommitted delegates that same privilege, but they're allowing just like, like people to do this at the Paris Peace Forum. It really shows, kind of like the brokenness of the system. And I feel like one thing that really makes me happy is that like, people like you, Deja Fox, Zoran, David Hogg, you guys are kind of stepping in to pick up the slack where like, the party has kind of dropped the ball. And you guys are like at this stage where people are looking at you and saying, it's impossible, it's impossible. But by doing it and seeing if it's going to work, you guys are going to show that it is possible. Yeah, and it's kind of cool. Yeah. There's also something else that I also did want to talk about.
Please.
I think Zoran had $22 million invested against him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I think it's like insane. Number one, when like me like as like an outsider to just running for office, I attempted earlier this year and it blew up in my face. So
hard.
As an outsider, dude, it's so, oh my god, there was a video
so
that some apparently, like, I mean, not even apparently, it takes like a huge like mental toll. Number one, like campaigning is like a 24/7 thing. Like look at you, like you're doing like an hour stream, and you do these streams like what, like every Monday?
We do them like 2 or 3 times a week, and they're usually 2 hours.
Dear jeez. Okay, right.
But
so
we're
like,
usually doing fun stuff. We did
lady...
Lego last week, and I mean today I'm talking to you, so
that's fun. That's fun. I mean, still, like again, campaigning looks different from candidate to candidate as we're starting to see. It's actually going to be kind of cool to see how like people like campaign later on in the future. But there was a lady talking about like how taxing it is just to run for office, and about like how the way that money got like intertwined with politics is because of like how expensive it is to hire like an entire team. When I tried to run, I didn't even get past the petitioning process because I was trying to do it all by myself. And petitioning is just like that first hurdle that you have to jump, and it takes like a whole team. So like doing it is insane, especially when like you're relying on kind of like mutual, not really like mutual aid funding, but like crowdfunding for your campaign as opposed to like big donor funding.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially like for federal races, like for the U.S. House or the U.S. Senate. So much money goes into these, and it kind of grosses me out how much money that we are going to need to win, because part of what I want to do in politics is to like get money out of campaigns. But to do that, we have to win, which you can help us at capforillinois.com/stream. We have over 50,000 donors now, by the way. I have been saying 33,000. Our average donation is still $32, which is so cool. But like, I mean, AIPAC's already in our race. We have, like, if you look at, I'm the only candidate in my race that gets not just the majority of my money from small dollar donations, but like I actively can't match up with the others in terms of max outs, which is like 7,000, 3,500, just because like I don't know that many rich people, and most candidates spend like 2 to 6 hours of their day just dialing rich people calling for money. And that's like what the live streams have replaced. But that's so screwed up, because even if you overturn Citizens United and you get rid of independent expenditures, you still can only run for office if you know those rich people, or if you have like a big platform. So like part of what someone, when I started those streams, was like, this seems like it only work if you're Cat. And I was like, honestly, like, let's be real, that might be true right now because I have a platform that I built with my reporting, but like, it's a privilege to start with either way. But just proving that you don't have to do call time, or that there are alternatives, maybe we can get to the point where more people can fundraise like this, where there are more eyes on things like this, or people are just thinking outside the box, you know?
Again, like one thing that's it seems daunting like while we're here, but it's actually kind of optimistic if you really look at it. The political landscape is changing so much, and I'm hoping that in like 10 to 15 years, running for office will become something that's like much more accessible, not just like financially, but like also like in terms of just like the knowledge about how to do it being democratized, I would say.
Yes. It's like so hard if you
Um,
can't afford a lawyer. I mean, someone in the chat just asked, what do we pay for? We pay for a staff. We pay for our campaign office. We have to, like, when we send out fundraising stuff, like for emails and things like that, even though we're not like spammy on our ads or on our emails or on our texts, like that's still like they get a cut of the firms that do that, because you have to get with all, like, there's all these things. There's compliance if you want to make sure that you aren't breaking the law, and that's a couple $1,000s a month. You have all of these different things that you have to pay for, and if you're doing it right, like we pay our staff a minimum wage of $25 an hour. That costs a lot of money. It's worth it. But like there are people that just like don't pay their staff, and like their staff quits, and that's a very common story in politics.
I feel like I feel like when people are kind of like standing on the outside looking in when it comes to film production, they're like, okay, why do these movies cost so much money? What is it paying for? And then like you start to think about like, like the PA who does the coffee runs, yeah, you have the costume designer who's going to get paid, but you're also going to have to pay like the assistant who's doing like, the work that would be done by volunteers. And of course, like, like when you're talking about like campaigning or like working like on a campaign, the person is like devoting like a lot of time and like a lot of like like percentage of their day to doing this, so it's gonna start to resemble a job, which is why like like they have to be paid. I remember like I used to sit back and be like, God, why is it so expensive to run for office? And then I was just like, screw it. Am I allowed to curse on the stream?
Yeah, absolutely. I said grow
Okay,
a
good. I
fucking
was like,
spine in
well,
my launch ad.
okay, perfect. But like I was like, okay, cool. You need so much money to run for office. Fuck this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself because like, I can 100% do that. And again, hey, I guess I was naive. And I had to get 450 signatures for city council. Didn't even get up to 200.
Which city
trying
are
to
you
do
in,
all
by the
that by
way?
myself. Bushwick, well, Brooklyn, but I was running for District 34
Gotcha.
city council. So I mean, like that's just city council. How many signatures do you have to get for
We had to get
congressional?
1,200, but we have tons of volunteers. And so, by the way, anyone that is watching this, if you helped us get petition signatures, thank you so much. We got over 5,000. We had the most in our race that we submitted because we figured our signatures would be. Also, amplify that comment. Can you put it on the thing with
Wait.
Havercast?
Can I put that?
Yeah,
I'll put it up.
Cool.
Does the amount of signatures you get determine your ranking or your placement on ballot?
So this is actually really interesting. So you get to the state capitol at or before 8 a.m. And then everyone that is there before 8 a.m. is put into a lottery. And then those are randomly chosen for ballot selection. If you come after 8 a.m., you're put underneath the people in the lottery. And so there are some people that come at like 4:59 p.m. at the deadline. So they'll be at the bottom of the ballot. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I personally think it should be in alphabetical order by last name. And I'm not biased on here, of course, because my last name starts with A B.
Dude, wait, like, why is it so Hunger Gamesy? Show up at 8 p.m., show up at 8 a.m. Like,
Well,
why
no,
a rat race?
My staff that showed up, my staff member that showed up, literally woke up at 5 and stood in line for 3 hours. And so the way that they know everyone's there is they have someone at the Capitol that like at 7:50, 7:59, they go to the back of the line and they're like, all right, everyone that's here goes in the lottery for their own ballots. And the reason you get so many signatures is because signatures get challenged because there are some that are like, the address is right outside the district, or like, you know,
Yes.
the signature doesn't match up or whatever. So you just want to get more in case they're challenged. And we figured ours would be challenged more. So
Dude, oh
thanks, y'all.
shoot, yeah, because I mean, you did make some some enemies. Again, I feel like you running as a Gen Z woman, just a Gen Z woman who did have like an online base, put you as sort of
The
um an
influencer.
underdog. They did the same shit to Deja Fox. You saw they did the same shit to Deja
They
Fox.
do
Oh
that
my
to
god,
every young
Gen
woman.
Z.
And it's like the thing that we see over and over again, where you're like, I'm a journalist. I've done original reporting for like outlets like Mother Jones. Asha, you good? Asha is the most expressive person I've ever met, and I love her so much. But it's just like, there's no winning as a woman. So stop caring about it, you know. Anyways, the comment Asha was trying to amplify, you don't do it, babe, was just saying, hit that like and subscribe button, y'all. Amplify this stream. Also, donate catforillinois.com/stream. We got the holy cow sound set up again, so yay. Nimay, I got a really important question for you.
Let's do it.
What are your top 3 favorite like preparations of potatoes? We put this on
Dude,
all of our job applications. My partner's in the background, he's laughing. And oh wait, that was my mom. Hi, mom. Mom, you want to come say hi?
Your mom, bro. I love a good mom.
Yeah.
Bring her.
Hold on, the May said she loves a good mom.
Dude, oh my god. Let me tell you, parents
Hi.
are my weakness. Right, oh my god, mom. I'm gonna move my camera so I can see your face. You're so
What did she
pretty.
say?
You're so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone say hi to my mom.
Hi,
Cleaners.
everybody.
Wait 1 sec, y'all. I'm gonna mute myself real quick while my mama thing.
Chat, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm a big fan of moms. My mom was born in 1960. I was talking to chat.
Yeah, talk to chat.
Oh yeah, great.
Nimay's
Okay,
a big
cool.
fan of moms.
So, yeah, I freaking love moms. Mine was born in 1964. You got hold on, are we done with mom?
No, I mean, we could talk to mom. Do you want to talk to Nimay?
Sure.
My mom was
Oh
born
my
in
god.
1961.
Oh my
I can't hear
Yeah,
anything
oh,
Nimay's
yes.
saying, so y'all can
Hey,
just
what's
talk.
going on?
Okay, hey mom. So my thing is that like my mom has to be like one of my best friends. So of course I project this onto other moms that I meet, and I'm like, okay, you're probably your daughter's best friend, so
Yes.
we by proxy are best friends. So what's up? How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Wonderful. I hope you're staying warm in Illinois. Remember, it's like frigid.
I'm okay. I was in Colorado last week visiting my sister, and so it was much colder there than it is here. So I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay, were you were in the mountains, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like up.
I was in
Okay. I mean,
Vail.
Colorado.
Yeah,
Oh, do you ski?
I do. My sister lives there.
Okay. My sister lives in North Carolina, but she went with
Oh,
a
no, what you're
group to
saying.
ski in Breckenridge,
Mhm.
and she hyperextended her knee when she skated into
Ay,
a tree.
ay, ay.
So yeah, so that's my association with skiing. So I stay away from it because I'm scared.
Well, as I'm getting older, I probably do it less, but we'll see. But
Do
She-
what less?
Nah.
huh?
Do what less?
Ski.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what it
Well,
was. I was
it's
really
nice
excited.
to talk to you.
Great talking to you
I
too.
will.
Cat's great.
Thanks, mom.
You're very welcome.
Hello.
Dude, thank you.
Did
I
y'all
love
talk
a good
about
mom
shit?
convo. Yeah, dude. Dude, we talked so much shit.
My
Dude,
mom
okay,
is the
so
best.
my three favorite
Potatoes.
preparations for okay, this is very Google interview coded of you, by the way, putting it on the job applications. That's hilarious. So number one, fried is hands down. Fried in shoestring format. So shoestring fries.
Ooh, I love a good shoestring fry. Try them in A1.
Ooh, wait, A1, as in with A1 sauce?
I don't put A1 on steak, but I do put it on fries. Also, some people just, by the way, have used ChatGPT to answer this question. And that's like, anytime we see ChatGPT in someone's job application, we're just like, no. But if you use it for the potato question, what are you doing?
That's an instant no, dude. That's a
Instant
big no.
Think for yourself. All right, that's one. Two more.
Okay, number two. Oh my god, number two, potato chip. Just like straight up potato chip.
Like just like a salted potato chip or like salt and vinegar.
Yes. No, just salted, classic. I mean, obviously, I like a good like seasoned chip,
Yeah.
but just like straight up salt, like a yellow Lay's bag, is fantastic.
Incredible.
And then number three, let's go with the hash brown, bro. Hash brown is fantastic. I don't believe in mashed potatoes. I'm Nigerian. We have pounded yam, which would probably be like number four. So pounded like in like a play-doughy consistency
Yeah.
is good. You dip it in soup. So those are my four. I know you said three, but I gave four.
No,
so.
I appreciate that. Also, Yael said surprise guest Kat's mom. It's surprise guest for me too. This is awesome.
Okay.
We're going to karaoke later, so
I guess. Can I ask questions?
yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite item to collect?
Ooh, favorite item to collect. Wow. Yeah, for a long time it was Hello Kitty. Mom, don't look at my fridge. This is so embarrassing. Thank you.
Dude, you with Hello Kitty actually I had no idea. I don't know why I figured like you would collect like.
Oh wait,
like,
Mia's right. Mia said yarn. Her answer is yarn.
Holy
yeah, that's
cow.
correct. I have
You're
so
a
much
knitter?
yarn. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Well, I became a pandemic knitter. Pandemic knitter though, dude.
I became a pandemic embroiderer, and now I become a knitter, and it's great. I love knitting.
Literally, I bought like a whole like embroidery. Get out of here, bro. Literally, I started this like. Bro, should we be embroidering on stream right now? Get.
It's
look at those
all
fucking
rainbow
hats.
organized.
Oh.
I'm
Dude,
like
mine isn't
decorating
rainbow
this
organized.
jacket from top. We made campaign embroidery kits. I'll mail you one. We have one that says "I hate Illinois Nazis," another that says "No Kings," and another that says "Tax the Rich." And I got them made by Capital Stitch Co., which is just this lesbian couple that taught me how to embroider, and they're awesome.
Dude, oh my god. Okay, so I love this wavelength. Yeah, no, literally, I'll embroider Tax the Rich. Oh my god. Okay, so like I used to be a software developer before content. And of course, because of that, like I dress like a tech bro. So I wear these like Patagonia like full zips. Well, yeah, no, and so like I have this like one Patagonia full zip in like 5 different colors. And I've been meaning to like embroider like cute little things like on the sleeves to kind of like tattoo it, but I haven't gotten around to it. But yeah. I probably should like start embroidering right now.
I've been working on this jacket, and so like I put some of the things on there, and then I also like some of the embroidery kits, but then I'm also like doing flowers up the entire side, and then I'm gonna have the campaign logo across the back shoulders. I'm very excited. It's very cute, and it's all like I've been working on overalls too, but I had to like kind of put it to the side because of campaign. But I had like a whole lighthouse going up the entire leg because I love lighthouses, and then I have my cat Heater, who's back there on the front pockets.
His name is Heater?
Her name is Heater. Don't misgender my cat. She's a rare orange girl.
Her orange name is Heater. Dude, okay, I like the fact that her name is Heater. I used to have 4 cats back in the day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Are you gonna get another cat?
So I was approved to foster by ACC here in New York back in October 2023, but because of all the traveling, I haven't been able to foster. But like, I'm hoping to. My sister and her husband just got an English Springer Spaniel, and she's bringing him to mom's house for Thanksgiving. So I'll be meeting him. So
I love how you say
like...
that like you're a mom about to meet someone, like the boyfriend of your child. You're like, I'm gonna meet him this Thanksgiving.
I've always like wanted to be like an aunt, so I'm treating him as my nephew. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet like my new nephew dog. Like, yeah, I don't know.
It is so fun to be an auntie. You can just come in and have all the fun. You get to hold a baby. You get to like give cool gifts, and then you get to leave.
Dude, that's the freaking goal. Wait, hold on. You have siblings? I don't know why I thought you were an only child.
I have an older brother. He doesn't have kids, but like one of my best friends has a bunch of kids, and I am Auntie Cat to her children, and it's awesome. I love holding babies. I think it's genuinely like a spiritual, like it's like when you go into like a little like healing thing in a video game and your stuff goes boop boop boop. That's what happens when you hold a puppy or a kitty or a baby.
A life renewal. No, I like. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, okay, dude. So for me, for some reason, and listen. Oh
Wait,
my god.
what do you collect, by the way?
Yeah. See, we're getting into that. So listen, chat. Don't judge me. My way to re-up my lives, if like life were like a video game, would be by holding a nice cuddly bag. I collect bags. Bags are my number one favorite
like
thing
tote
in life.
bags, purses.
Yeah, purses. I would say like
cool.
handbags. Like for instance, I feel like it's like a socially acceptable stuffed animal. So like if I'm like on the train and I'm like cold or whatever, or like I want something that's like warm and cuddly, I can easily just like squeeze my bag. So I recently got, well, no, there was a bag that I wanted for like the longest time because it looks like a giant just like cushion, and it has like, I mean, it looks like a freaking cushion. A Margiela Glam Slam, and I got it, and it's the softest thing. So sometimes like I'll just like hug it. But yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah,
that sounds
okay. Thank you. Oh my god. Thank you.
Someone
Some
said
people are
Nimay
like,
needs a
"Oh,
campaign
Holy
tote. We have to
cow.
send you a campaign tote with a campaign embroidery kit. They say, what if we did some
Dude,
stuck on the side?
dude,
Like a grocery
oh my
bag.
god. Dude, the way I would eat that up, send me a freaking campaign. Yo, by the way, how long have you been campaigning? Because like I was telling my followers like 6 months. It hasn't been 6 months. You've been campaigning for like so much longer.
I've been campaigning since March 24th, which was my 26th birthday. The election is March 17th. So I'm either going to have like a really good or really bad birthday. It's going to be weird no matter what. So yeah, we're like, it's November, so 8 months in. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why I thought your primary was in March.
My primary's in March, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh dude. Okay.
Like this
stop.
March.
Bro, you're gonna get past you're gonna get past primary, Cat. Be for real. Stop that.
I mean, there's 17
Dude, be
people
for
in the
real.
race, but we
Holy
are
cow.
polling second, and that's when I was the long shot in March. And yeah, we're gonna win this thing.
Bro, do you remember back in 2020 when oh my god, like right before they decided the official like DNC nom, there were like 20 people running. Do you remember for president? Yeah, this feels like that. 17 people is insane, bro.
17 people is crazy, but I mean, I'd love a competitive primary. It's
Wow.
I think that's good, and I say like when we win, you know, I want to like try to primary me. I think that's good. It makes everyone be on their A game. Stop shitting on competitive primaries. Like,
Oh
if you
my
really
God,
think you're the best
yes.
candidate, why are you so worried? If
Dude,
you're
and
the
that's how it
incumbent,
should
prove
be.
it.
Dude, that's how it should be. Oh my God. A few days ago, Hakeem Jeffries was talking shit and he was just like, I dare anybody to primary me. Bro, you are the worst person to be using that kind of language. I dare anyone to primary me. I can understand if
gonna
you
say,
were like
okay.
affected. No, right. No, oh my God, not me, dear God. No. There is someone who I think can primary him. Oh, sorry, who can attempt and give it a good run.
Does his name start with a C?
Yeah, sure fucking does.
Uh-huh.
You already know who it is. You already know who it is. Dude, I think number one, like already he and Zoran are this like fantastic team. And also, I mean, well, you know what? I don't want to group the two of them together because they are two separate entities. Even
Yes.
like the way that they present, like policy wise, two completely separate entities. They just have their cute little bromance, which is adorable. But I do think he can give them give Hakeem a run for his money. And also, I think that even if he doesn't actually succeed, which I don't want to speak that into existence, he could do some good like shaking up of these like super
Absolutely.
comfortable
We're talking about
Democrats.
Chiose, by the way, guys.
Yes, Chiose.
Also, like, it would just be really funny to see.
Holy cow.
There's a holy cow. It'd be really funny to see Hakeem Jeffries like try to match the digital game. We keep joking that because of how much we're making on the live streams, we're gonna see it like Chuck Schumer is gonna be playing like solitaire on Twitch. Hakeem Jeffries is gonna like be playing 2K or something, or like FIFA.
Do you remember
That's great.
Minesweeper? That's what Chuck Schumer would be playing. Fucking
I'm so good at
Minesweeper, dude.
Minesweeper.
Okay, so I'm over here like joking about Chuck Schumer like playing that. I don't even know how to play Minesweeper, dude. So
Well,
no, yeah.
I guess you'll just have to learn if you want to be.
Yeah.
If you want to make that
Is it
money.
like- is it like the same concept as Battleship? Is that it?
Kind of, yeah. I know you have to go in a sec, so I'll play Minesweeper for the rest of this stream. Honestly, that
Wait, has
sounds
it been an
fun.
hour already?
It's. I thought you could only stay till 7:30. Yay! Awesome!
Yeah,
Amazing.
No, yeah, whatever you guys know. Again, like I'm having fun. I'm good for 30 more minutes.
Yeah, we fucked up time zones on our side. It's the whole thing.
Dude,
yeah,
you're so
so
good.
Minesweeper's
You're so good.
fun. Also, for some
Yeah,
reason
no.
on this chat, all I've had is just like this thing on the Twitch thing. It just says bisexual pride Twitch global emote, which I appreciate, but I don't know why it's still on here. Oh, there's an X
Dude,
right there. I see
bisexual
it.
pride.
It's because it's
Hell yes, bisexual pride. We need it because bisexual self-hatred is a thing. Let's not get into that. I guess that's too deep.
No, I mean,
But-
I was like out for their Out 100. I was on there as a disruptor because I'm bi, and there were people that were like, "Oh, I didn't realize you're bi. You're dating a man." And I was like, "I have really crazy news for you. I have crazy news for you."
I feel so seen, dude. I feel so seen. Literally, like, oh my god. So like again, Jesus. That, you see, but like that's where like the bi self-hatred comes in though, because you're like, okay, like I've only ever had one relationship. I've had like flings and everything that kind of
Yeah.
like reflect like more of my history, but it feels like there's like always this like pressure to like prove like, oh my god, no, it's like to like affirm to everyone. But again, that's some shit we have to work through. IDK, that's,
Stephophobia
like, too deep
Slayer
for
in the
stream.
chat said, "How about bisexual trans pride? Not that I'm biased as a bisexual trans girl." Absolutely. And also, people that are like, "You can't be bi if you like trans people. Fuck you. You're weird. Go away."
Dude, again, like literally,
We love our bi
I
homies.
don't
We love our
know.
trans homies. We love everyone except bad people.
Except ops.
Except ops.
This is a no op zone. This is a no op zone.
It's a no ice
But
zone, no
yeah.
op zone.
Right. Oh my god. Right. Oh my god. I love the go home ice in the background.
Hell yeah.
How on theme. Yeah, but no, dude. Wow, that was we love a good like on stream like trauma dump. But yeah, no. Back to freaking
Holy
TOC
cow.
again. Like looking at the news that just came out a few days ago about Nancy Pelosi, like finally being like, okay,
Holy
fine, I'll get out of
cow.
my seat. I was expecting the same from Chuck Schumer, so it's like insane because Mitch McConnell's popping out, Pelosi's popping out, but Chuck Grassley and Schumer, we haven't
The
heard shit from
Chucks.
them.
The Chucks.
Yeah,
Um,
get those Charleses out.
that I also think there are too many people in the world named John Roberts. It's just true. There's so many John Robertses. Hold on. I'm gonna see how many John Roberts there are on Wikipedia.
I'm gonna look for the Joe Smiths.
John Roberts
Because why not?
disambiguation. Oh my god,
How
it's
many?
so many. It's so many. Hold on, chat, you're gonna not see Nimay for a sec. Look at this. Look how many. Hold on. Look how many John Roberts there are. It's too many. It's too many. Do you see that, Asha?
Hold up.
Asha's fixing something. We've got just.
Okay. How many John Roberts are there?
There's
Whoa.
32,559 John Smiths in the United States, they say.
What'd you say?
I said we need less white people.
Will's in the chat said, "We'll pull up the list of Cat Abogazales. I'm one of a kind, buddy."
Dude, honestly, like hell yes to us with like our super rare names. Yeah, it's rare to find another Nimay Ndolo out there, and another Oh my god! Also, the pronunciation of your last name, bro. So back last year during DNC, when I saw your last name, I was saying Abuhazaleh. Was I wrong?
I mean, like, I wasn't allowed to learn Arabic. I didn't learn Arabic as a kid, but like the Anglicization is fine. If you're a TSA agent in like the 2000s to like mid 2010s, what you do is you look at my passport as a child. Once again, you're looking at a child just after you like ripped apart their stuffed animal or opened their DS, and you say Kathleen Abu Khazale, right, Mom?
Right.
Yep.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Okay, casual. This is our second trauma dump of the night, dude.
No, they always would pull over my mom and me because like Aladdin, like that's racial profiling. Like my brother, you could think it's like Salem or Salim, but my mom and I, Susan and Catherine. So they're like, well, we can pull them over. So it was always us until like 2022. Like we got a pat down literally every time we went to the airport, and now it's like 1 and 2. I will say the worst.
Dude, holy shit.
The worst time to fly when your last name is Abu Ghazaleh is you're flying internationally on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and your connecting flight is New York to DC. Bro, they went through my bag so many times. Like at the gate, they went through my bag, and then when I got on, they literally had air marshals all around me. And they were like, oh no, they're all off-duty flight attendants with the same bag. Like, okay.
Dude, okay. Yeah, sorry. Jeez. Yeah, you know,
What is
fuck.
Oh yeah, they
Chat,
held me
how
one
else are you
time for a
supposed to
long time
respond
because
to
I tested positive for explosives because of like lotion or something. I was like 15. We were coming back from a wedding, and I was just sitting there, and this was when LaGuardia still sucked, and so like our flight was 2 hours late. Thank God. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so I haven't. Okay, damn. Yeah, that's insane. I haven't been profiled like this. Sorry, bro. You know.
To be fair, for like the
how-
white presenting Arabs, it's just like the airport, and for like every black person, it's like on the street in America. So.
In Whole Foods, yeah. Again, I love like the mutual trauma dumps here. You know, like talking to so like I'm like first gen Nigerian, first gen American of Nigerian parents, and it's always like funny, like listening to like my parents talk about like childhood stories. Like my dad will be like, "Oh my God, yeah, I was in the woods during the war, and like like I picked up a gun, and I just fired it off. Ha ha ha! I was 6." And it's like, okay, so it's like all of like our immigrant
The
parents have
insane
like
lore.
the wildest stories. Like the most insane stories. And you know what's wild, dude? us growing up, like, well, not even growing up. We're like, how old are you?
26.
You're 26. Okay, 31. So like us, like coming of age. I mean, like I feel like I'm of age, but like going into like our mid adulthood, um, this time in the US, we're gonna have some wild stories too, dude. Because like now is like the most dystopian time, bro. You are thrown by fucking ice,
3 times.
stormtrooper. They were wearing stormtrooper gear, and they threw you, bro.
It's so crazy that just like in Chicago, like we're all on high alert. Like we all have like our whistles that we wear out in case ice shows up. And I was just talking about this with my friend today of like, you know, when you talk to people that were like really active in like the civil rights era, they sound paranoid as hell. And like it's for good reason, but because so much progress has been made, you don't get it. And like here in Chicago, like everyone does a double take when you see a white van.
Dude, of course. There was a video I saw. Oh my god! So this one wasn't in Chicago, but there was a video I saw where a dad was like holding on to his kid, and ICE is like trying to pull him out of the car, and they're grabbing his neck. And of course, this guy is prone to seizures, and they're grabbing his neck, cutting off his circulation, and he starts seizing, and he will not let go of his 1-year-old kid. So like again, dude, like these are dystopian times.
Yeah, they
Like,
pepper
again,
sprayed a
going
baby.
back.
They pepper sprayed a baby.
Dude, they're live streaming a genocide. So like again, these are the Black Mirror-esque times that we're living in right now. So again, yeah, we're gonna have some wild survival stories.
I hope that our
Actually.
kids can have a much better time. Like my friend was telling me,
Holy
so
cow.
his brother is like his brother's mother-in-law is a white lady, and during 2020, they're both Black. They were out protesting during the George Floyd protests, and she was like, and his brother has a kid, and she was like, you should take him out with you, you know, it's like a family affair, and then when they get to your age they'll be able to go out. And they were like, we're doing this so that way he doesn't have to, like, we don't want this to keep, I don't want my kid to like have to like, it's not fun to get thrown down by ice. It's not fun to like even just stand in the sun with like holding a sign for hours on end. Like, it's not like a fun thing to do.
It's definitely not
like playing video games or something.
Yeah,
Holy
like
cow.
again, it's necessary work. Obviously, protesting, you know, petition, signing petitions. Like these are all like different ways of like flexing like democratic rights. But it's like we don't want to have to do it. If our democracy like were healthy, you know, what we would have to do is like, you know, vote, find ways to like democratically participate. But like no, now we have like fucking like 26-year-old journalists having to pick up and be like, okay, journalism on the side. Now I'm
Holy
going for Congress.
cow.
But dude, going back to like, well, I mean, like, yeah, like we're having to like pick up slack because like the system is so broken that and like the disconnection between the base and the party is so great that we're like, okay, fuck it, you guys aren't listening, we're gonna have to come
We're gonna
in and
do
do
it.
this shit.
Even though it's hard,
But,
like running for office is so rewarding, and I'm actually having a lot of fun because we've made our
Holy
campaign a lot of
cow.
fun. Thank you for the holy cows, by the way. We have a 2K goal. Donate @CapRolling.com/stream.
Holy
But
cow.
Yeah.
it's like it's hard. It's so hard, and was not something I was planning to do. I think there are people in politics that you can
Holy
tell they wanted to be
cow.
president since they were 5 years old. And to be fair, I did want to be the first female Republican president when I was
Who
like,
doesn't?
6.
Did you say Republican?
Yeah, I grew up Republican, and I was like, I'm gonna be the first female Republican president. And I said female, and that's how you know I was Republican. But like, that I was like, oh, you have to like be insane to get to a place where you could be the president. I want to be a journalist or like a diplomat. But like, I'm doing this because we need people that understand the right in Congress, and I'm sick of people that fold. Like, just stand. Will, shut up. Will was like, you wrote an article glazing Marco Rubio, which I did in my high school paper. I was like, Marco Rubio is my candidate. Maybe he's the answer. He's the polite Republican that we all need in 2015. Jesus.
Dude,
Christ.
again,
my mom
remember, bro, growth is a thing. Growth is a thing, bro. Listen, like
You're
I
actually
grew
supposed to
up,
have the same opinion since you were 2.
See? Yeah, no. Again, I grew up Southern Christian. You know, my mom still is a registered Republican. Dad is a Democrat who has, I think he voted for Trump in the primary. Again, immigrant parents are there's
We exist in
a study to
multitudes.
be done there. Yeah, there's a study to be done there. But like, yeah, no, growing up as like child of immigrants in the South, you know, like conservative leaning parents, there were some things I grew up believing that like, you know, like I had to unlearn. So change is definitely a thing. But dude, I feel like in this like changing political landscape, we're starting to have like, you know, regular people wanting to run for office, like freaking like teachers, nurses, you know,
And we need that. We need
people.
them to help us legislate on stuff like teaching and nursing. It's so hard to do even if you want to do the right thing. Like there are lots of people in Congress that are like, I want to do the right thing, but they don't know about something. Like you care about the minimum wage, but you haven't been making the minimum wage in years. So you don't know that 725 is literally unlivable no matter where you live. And so even though you're like, well, 15 is enough, it was enough maybe in
It's not.
2010. It's not right now.
Now
Like,
it's 30.
I don't like I'm you know been talking to nursing unions to literally talk about like nurse to patient ratios, because guess what, I'm not a nurse and I don't know the lived experiences of nurses, and we need those in Congress.
Nurses.
Shout out to
Dude,
nurses.
even like shout out to nurses, even like post 2020, because like again, like I was talking to some friends because my sister, you know, she's a CRNA, I think she's going into that. And she
Holy
ended up like, you know,
cow.
like staying in the game like post 2020, but like a lot of people had like a lot of like mental trauma from, you know,
Yes.
being in the medical
1 million people died in a
environment.
year and we just kind of pretend it didn't happen.
Dude, so like again, when we have like regular people trying to run for office, I'm really enjoying watching you. Again, I don't know how David did it, but watching you, Kat, Zoran, Chi do it, especially seeing Zoran beat out 22 million invested against him, and also like seeing like however you're gonna do in primary and final election, it's really going to show like a lot of people, okay, financially it can be accessible. It's difficult, but it can be accessible. So like what I'm like, honestly, like I've been working on these videos talking about like democratizing the information that's necessary to run for Congress, like or not Congress, but like run for office,
Yeah.
like getting, you know, educated on like campaign finance.
Yes.
Yeah, campaign finance law. Like that was me like earlier this year. Like I had no idea about like half those like codes and everything. And this is shit that like people like should be learning, but this info is like so like gate kept. It's not like just
And they're
like,
like, well, you could
readily
do
out
the
there.
research and then you could like full disclosure, like when I started my campaign, like the 2 months that we did to get it off the ground, Run for Something is great. Run for Something is also only for
There.
state and local offices, which is fantastic. We need like everything is local. We need people to run at those levels, but like for federal office, you're kind of on your own. And I put
Did
in
Emerge help?
yeah, Emerge is great. Emerge helps especially women and women of color get into
Love Emerge.
politics. Emerge is awesome. Shout out Emerge.
Yeah.
But also like we, you know, hired a compliance firm and, you know, talked to lawyers, and we dropped probably like $7,000 from like my own account that like I reimbursed once we started, but like just having
Holy
that like
cow.
it was a big risk to take, and I wasn't even sure if we'd raise it, and sure enough we did in like 10 minutes. But still, if you don't have that, how are you supposed to navigate this system?
Holy cow.
Like,
Dude, even like even like compliance itself. So my only experience with compliance is filing for C3 status for my nonprofit. And at first, like I was thinking that like I had to do it all by myself, and then, you know, like I figured out like what like a registered agent was, but like even just that, like just like the knowledge of like learning how to find like a registered agent, like to complete compliance, knowing like the whole reason why like a registered agent is good is because like it makes it more accessible, because you know that you don't have to do it all on your own. And even just that itself is expensive. Like nonprofit compliance cost me like 3K.
yeah. Yeah.
So 7 is insane as well. So dude, like yeah, there's just like so much, but I feel like in coming years this entire process may become like more accessible to people, fingers crossed.
I hope so. Like I really, after we went, I want to help other progressives win, and I really want to democratize this process. And also, actually, this is an interesting comment. This is something that like I've never been federally indicted until, you know, 2 weeks ago. And someone asked, why did you leave Tara Palmieri's show, which was like this podcast that I was on? And this is like one of these things that you learn. So when you are in a pending case, which I've never been in, you have like things that you can and can't talk about it because you don't want to jeopardize your own like your own defense. And so in like most journalists understand that, and you set up ground rules and you're like, hey, we can talk about this, we can't talk about this. And then this podcast that I went on, she brought up three things that like I just couldn't talk about the details because I care more about my defense than someone's Substack. And so I just hopped off after because I was just like, well, obviously this isn't going anywhere. But it's just like one of those things that, you know, you learn, at least if you have a good lawyer. But it was, I haven't really mentioned it because it's not worth mentioning because once again, it's just some lady's podcast. But there are so many things that like, I think about this with my fucking case. So many people that are in Broadview or in immigration facilities or are being prosecuted for exercising their First Amendment rights. Wow, thank you so much, Robo S, for $200. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
But all of these things, you know, I'm lucky because we've had an outpouring of support, and I'll be able to pay legal fees for a case that's going to cost a lot of resources, and that would be better spent doing something else than just being like, yes, the First Amendment needs to be protected. But
really quickly, this case is because is this coming from the case where you were thrown?
It's about protesting at Broadview.
Okay,
like it's referring to that.
That's insane.
And
so they're actually, that's insane.
But like the thing is like I have a large platform. I have you know, it's fake blonde, but like when I was thrown, it resonated with a lot of people because you're not supposed to see like a 5 foot tall blonde woman get thrown to the ground. Not in America. That's not who's supposed to get thrown to the ground. That's why we care. And like it's really frustrating because there are so many people that there is no reason they should be in a cell sleeping standing up because they're packed like sardines, where even if they can pay for a lawyer, they're not even given access to it. Like this is what we're hearing, people being forced to sign their own deportation notices on the morning of their emergency hearings because they're given a fake translator. And I think it's just really important to remember that like I was able to, you know, establish these boundaries that everyone should have when they're in dealing with the law. But so many others are being denied that right now. And I think it's also really important. We don't talk about the right to representation enough. And this needs to be a right, especially when it comes to evictions, especially when it comes to immigration. There are so many caveats. And even if you do get a public defender, you're still spending money in most cases. Like right to representation needs to be essential.
Even with Kilmar Abrego Garcia, we actually haven't really heard much about him. I mean, well, that was an insane case. How many months ago was that?
50 years.
Dude, the way that time has been moving recently, especially like with the whole like flooding the zone thing. I was talking with a friend today and she was just like, dear God, like the first 100 days were absolutely insane. And I still don't feel like I've caught up with a lot of the changes that were imposed within that first 100 days. Like everything just seems to be like speed running. I don't know.
I mean, that's the goal.
Oh yeah.
It's to speed run this shit and to keep you distracted and to keep you overwhelmed. And that's why it's just really important to not give up and to not just throw your hands up and say, well, sure, if we get a vote on healthcare, then we won't.
Oh,
the shutdown shit is crazy, man.
Dude, the shutdown again. What do we make it to? 38 days? Is it now? Well, technically. I feel like.
Yeah. I was going to college in DC during the longest shutdown to date at that time, and it was brutal in like DC, Maryland, and Virginia because there are so many federal workers, but there are so many federal workers here. Like the EPA has had so many layoffs. I don't think people realize how many EPA workers are in the Chicago area because like we have like the largest body of fresh water in the country. And like this shutdown is affecting people, but the American people know who's behind it. They know they're getting the notices about their premiums. Like they know what is happening, and to just throw up your hands and be like, well, sorry.
Screw it.
We tried.
Specifically where the EPA is concerned. Is it Lee Zeldin who's behind that? Yeah. Main chairman. Again, dude, going back to just the way that like climate, I'm gonna get like into like my crazy climate girl soapbox again. But like the way that climate is like made to be like a back burner issue, and like whenever it's time to make cuts, we're looking at healthcare and climate places first. You know, like EPA. How many layoffs did you say there were? I can't even
remember the number. I have so many numbers in my head right now. A lot.
Dude.
Lot. And
Okay,
their
okay.
unions are derecognized. Fun fact, in the EPA union contract, the second thing in there, the second clause is a commitment to scientific integrity. Like, besides, like, the first clause is like, our union exists and this is like a contract. And the second one is like, before any of our worker protections, before any of that, we are committed to scientific integrity and ensuring that people have clean air and clean water.
My God. Again, the commitment to clean air, clean water. There was a video that I did with oh my God. I think there was a video that I did on Lee Zeldin and his EPA fuckery recently. And it's like, okay, you're supposed to be the organization that's like environmentally centered. Why are you pushing that as a climate organization to the back burner? So I don't know. Going into 2026 though, it's gonna be interesting to see how like candidates deal with the climate issue. Actually, I know this is like so weird. There was a certain elected that I met with a few weeks ago. I'm not going to mention his name, but it came out that he has like Exxon ties, which is, dude. Again, like, okay, so like, actually, you know what? Sorry, new topic. You know how people like to talk about purity testing when it comes to candidates, right?
Yes.
And I actually think that it's going to be a good thing coming up because personally, I think that's actually what's going to cause us to become like more progressive as a party.
I think it's just like
actually
depends on the purity. Like, people talk about purity tests of like, oh God, like everything's so woke. You have to have multiple genders, which like no one literally has ever said.
Not
But like when
that.
people want to fucking talk about pronouns, I'm like, shut up. You're the most miserable
Holy
person in the
cow.
world. Just call people what they want to be called, you asshole. But like
Yeah.
the purity test should be,
Holy cow.
you Nazi?
See, okay, so when I say purity test, so I remember
Holy
that
cow.
specifically. So like the first time that I heard about purity testing politicians was around the election last year, and people were talking about how people on the left were purity testing Kamala by refusing to vote for her because she didn't because the DNC didn't allow Palestinian delegates to speak. But my whole thing is that when like we're talking about purity testing, which is basically making sure that a politician's funding
They have a bare
and
minimum.
policies. Exactly,
It's a
making
bare
sure that it
minimum.
all aligns. Right. So like again, if I am electing you to an office to represent me, I personally don't think that it's bad to purity test you to make sure that you stand for the things that I care about.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I don't want to vote for a candidate that has Exxon ties because I'm the crazy climate lady. I don't want to vote for a candidate that
Holy
doesn't prioritize
cow.
affordability because I am a millennial living in a city with a high cost of living. So I personally think that like going into 2026, it's going to be interesting to see who gets primaried if they do and how that's going to lead to like future elections and like the way that people fund their campaigns because honestly with this whole APAC track thing I think it's going to start to become like more of like a trend to track the way that like bigger politicians are funded. I don't know, it's going to be kind of
Yeah.
interesting to see.
And I mean, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at people's FEC reports, y'all. It's crazy. It's every 15th after the quarter, we all like every campaign is sitting in a room and then waiting for all of their opponents' FEC reports to drop. And it's like gossip that no one else except the people in that room care about. But it's very fun, even when it's just like dumb stuff of being like, oh, wow, like that person donated this amount to this person. But like, I think in terms of like, it's not even a purity test. It's just a bare minimum. Like, don't take corporate PAC money. Don't take billionaire money. Don't take Republican funded PAC money like APAC. Prioritize the people, support unions, support, a clean air and clean water, and don't be racist. Like, these all feel like not even like purity. It just feels like the bare fucking minimum. I always say like the center isn't just moving to the right. The center is everyone can afford housing, groceries, and healthcare with money left over to save and spend. And that is the center. And we can debate how we do that. But we got to agree on that. We got to agree on basic human dignity, and we can't compromise on that.
Again, this is everything that Zoran said as well, and they said that he was too radical. So apparently it's too radical to just want like the bare living like necessities,
which is like what our
constituents,
grandparents like during the New Deal era, like that is what they would think the center is. We need some New Deal style politics here. And I don't think a lot of people realize, like, the New Deal is, and Social Security are seen as overwhelmingly popular today, but corporate interests tried so fucking hard to get FDR to not be able to pass the New Deal. And he just said, screw it, I don't care. He said, like, you're getting your Social Security, and we are, like, this is more important, and we don't need to pretend like the idea that we should get out of the Great Depression is a bad, like, we don't have to pretend like, oh, what's the other side to this? No, there's one side, and it's Great Depression bad, and if that means that oil barons get a little bit less money, okay.
Again, this is why, because again, like Zoran came in like kind of like wielding like his like FDR bat, you know. So again, it's gonna be fun to see how that plays out. In fact, he actually just got I think he like revealed who his deputy mayor is, who deals with like the budgeting and everything. So it's gonna be kind of cool to see how all that plays out. But like when it comes to like purity testing candidates specifically, I actually think that that's a strength of the left, and that's actually going to cause us to become more progressive. And sadly, I don't think we're going to have many wins as a party as a whole until we can all get on the same page. And specifically right now, like the base is like the majority, and until we're all on the same page as the majority, we may just keep losing, but 2026 will prove it. So,
well, before we wrap up, what's something good that happened to you this week, or that you did this week?
something good that happened to me this week, something good that I did this week. Okay, I've been stuck in a lot of writer's block. Yeah, I've had a horrible writer's block for a bit, and I was able to break through it a little bit today. So yeah, I'm applying for a grant with my nonprofit, and
Hell yeah.
we're having to like craft a pretty story. So I was able to write something cute today. How about you?
Last week was pretty rough. It was like one of those weeks where everything goes wrong. My cat's been really sweet. She woke me up at 5 a.m. yesterday by purring really loud on my pillow, and then like
Peter.
doing a little kiss nose to nose. And she's awesome. Oh, and also my mom's in town.
We love
and my
Peter.
mom and I got Indian food, and it was awesome.
Yay, mom! We love mom. We love Peter.
And Asha's mom came into town, and I got brunch with Asha's mom, and she's so sick.
Okay, we love mom time. Mom time is
We
so
love
good,
mom
especially
time.
before Thanksgiving.
Tell your mom hi, and that I want to hang out with her.
Holy cow.
I will. I definitely will tell her. Kat, you're killing it, dude. Keep freaking going. You're inspiring me and all of us. Deadass.
Thanks, Nimay. All right, I'm gonna let you go,
Absolutely.
love,
Y'all
and
be
we gotta
safe.
do some karaoke. See you later.
Yes, we do. Enjoy.
All right, y'all. How many donors do we have to shout out?
A decent amount.
A decent amount.
You wanna?
You can just pass me your computer. Oh, you sent me a text?
I sent you a text.
Sent me a text. All right, we got some donors to shout out, and then we're gonna yes, but I don't know when that will happen.
Okay, so I think we just keep going.
Yeah. Oh, nope, they're here.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna blow my nose. I hope you can hear it.
1 sec, y'all. Stream can definitely hear that. Yes, Asha's getting someone real quick. Thank you.
Downstairs, regular.
Yeah. Don't hurt your phone. All right. So shout outs for today. We're just going to go through these real fast because we got to get to karaoke, but we love you, all of you so much. We got David G, John K, Marie V, Doug M with $100. Thank you so much. Joshua J, Max H, Karen L, Tim S with $100, Ben S with $100. Are y'all related? David G, James B, Lisbon M, good to see you, bud. Connor E, Luke R, Jared H with $200. Thank you so much. Holy cow, indeed. Stephen W with our average donation of $32. Benjamin G, Nicholas C with a recurring donation. Ryan L with $150. Thank you so much. Michael D and Brian W with our average donation of $32. Robel S with $200. Thank you so much. All of this goes such a long way on a grassroots campaign, so thank you guys. Neil P with 1111, fun number. Neil S, thank you so much. David G, Chris J with our average donation of 32, and Joshua H with our average donation of 32. And sorry we had to cut this short today, guys. You are all wonderful. If you are wondering what my karaoke song is going to be, right now I am leaning towards Gunpowder and Lead, but we'll see. And if I seem a little harried, it's, once again, I'm getting arraigned tomorrow. Federal Courthouse, 2:30. See you there.
Holy cow.
Hi.
I love you. I can't go to karaoke.
You can't go to